19-year-old Timothy Piazza passed away right here at the Beta Theta Pi fraternity house after a night of hazing rituals.
The polls opened at 7 a.m. and they're closing at 8. So if you're watching now, you've got at least 2 more hours to get in line.
The big game against Michigan isn't until tomorrow, but as you know, Penn Staters, they start early. The main question, what time did you guys wake up this morning? 3 a.m. Make sure you go to 6abc.com/FYI Philly for some more information on a few city gems. Local seniors are finding a way to stay healthy and have fun at the same time. Around 22,000 Penn State students rely on these Pell Grants to help fund their college tuition. A suspect in a murder and kidnapping that sparked an Amber Alert and ended with a chase here in Centre County is going back to Connecticut to face charges. And I've walked the Strip and I've spoken to these fans and they're saying, you know what, it's game day. We're excited to be here. City workers are working extremely hard to clean up a fallen tree here. Jerry Sandusky is back in court today in Bellefonte as part of his appeal process. Here in Panama City, the fish market is a place where tourists and locals can come and get fresh seafood directly off of the boats. I'm excited. I'm breaking out my flip-flops. I think it's time. Now, Jesse, you were telling me earlier that you had a pretty bad experience with chainsaws before?
Thank you.
Thank you to who?
Thank you to Hearts for the Homeless.
For some driving past 100 Fraser Street, this spot may seem like just another downtown State College business. But for more than 40 people, Hearts for the Homeless is a place they call home.
I didn't have a place to stay, and I was introduced to Hearts for Homeless, and they brought me in and gave me a place for my clothes and a place to stay out of the cold.
Funded through community donations, they managed to stick to their goal of providing support programs for the homeless with fundraisers like the Keepin' It Country benefit concert.
Funding that comes in will help us keep the doors open, keep the lights on, keep our services going so homeless people and people at risk of experiencing homelessness can come here and have a safe place to be.
Hearts for the Homeless is hoping that this weekend's concert helps bring awareness to the issue of homelessness right here in Centre County.
I imagine that it'll be a lot of fun and a lot of new people will learn about the shelter and learn about the homeless problem in Centre County.
The concert will feature Highway 65, Adam Yarger, and Joe Quick, along with several others. The bands donated their time and will play for free. Event organizer Bob Langton says those who buy a ticket will be in the running for a very special treat.
You get entered into a raffle to win 2 tickets to the Florida-Georgia Line concert March 25th at the Bryce Jordan Center. And that also includes dinner for 2 at the Tarragon Room in the Atherton Hotel.
They just open their hearts for you. They live up to that name, Hearts for the Homeless. They definitely live up to that name.
How do we respond to families who say, I don't think I can afford to come to Penn State because I hear the federal government's going to cut the Pell Grant program?
The Departments of Defense, Homeland Security, and Veteran Affairs are the only departments that can expect a funding increase under President Trump's new proposed budget plan. Meanwhile, the Department of Education could be taking a $3.9 billion hit in the form of Pell Grants.
Pell Grant is the largest federal grant program, and it is targeted to students from very low-income families.
Around 22,000 Penn State students rely on these Pell Grants to help fund their college tuition. Some are even saying the proposed budget is sending them a very clear message.
It'll mean that the government doesn't really support my education, that I don't have that help from the government, that I'm going to have to provide for myself, that I have nothing to rely on.
Annual Pell Grants have been providing students from low-income families with over $5,000 in aid since 1972.
Our total funding for all these 22,000 students or so who receive the federal Pell Grant is like in the neighborhood of $80 million or more. I don't know what Penn State would be able to do.
Coming from a large family, Penn State senior Kamisha Prince says she's concerned about her siblings' academic future.
My one brother's a freshman, and I have 2 more brothers that are starting college next year, and it's like they need money to go to school also, and it's 3 of them in college at the same time, so it's like kind of going to be hard on my family.
Many Penn State students are concerned about their future, but the university isn't ignoring it.
It's a concern and something that Penn State will keep a very close watch on.
It's incredible. I walked through a nail salon yesterday with some posters, And this woman was like, I have to get these for my daughters. And, you know, people are very responsive, even people from the other side of, you know, the parties.
After months of planning, the president and one of the owners of Impact Dimensions says he has high hopes for the near future.
More merchandise coming in, and I think as we get closer to the convention itself, when the fever, you know, in Philadelphia takes over, it should be very exciting.
Hopefully people will come down and check it out. There's a really cool gallery here in addition to the pop-up store. I can't wait.
The exercise that you get skating is better than any that you can. And it also helps improve your endurance and your balance. So instead of getting older, you get younger.
Along with the health benefits, these seniors can channel their inner competitiveness.
There's some highly skilled skaters here, and there's some people who are trying to build in the competitive skating.
I'm going to Nationals in Lincoln, Nebraska come August, so we get to travel a little bit, and it's just a great feeling, especially when somebody says, "How old are you?"
Seniors also build friendships and a sense of community.
And they all root for each other. They all celebrate birthdays together. They celebrate accomplishments together. So it's sort of like one big happy family.
It's a great socialization. We have our skating friends, we have our personal friends, we have our family. Our skating friends are family as well.